What is up? My name is Rich. I am back with another video. In this video, I have Cassiy with me. She's sold over $600,000 on Etsy within the past 2 years. So you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Rich. My name is Cassiy Johnson. I started on my Etsy journey in May of 2020, and since then I've sold over, like Rich said, $600,000 worth of t-shirts on Etsy using print on demand. I use Printify specifically, and so since starting my Etsy business, I've been able to quit my full-time job, and now I get to do this full-time. And now I also have my own YouTube channel, which is just my name, Cassiy Johnson. So easy to find.
That is awesome. So Cassie's going to give us three awesome niches that we can jump into and start making some sales in within the next 3 months. 3 months, which is the fourth quarter. But before we get into that, what were you doing before Etsy? You say you had a full-time job?
Yeah, right before Etsy, I was doing like corporate sales at like a daycare company. So I've been in sales really my whole life. I was a waitress right out of high school. And then I did like all commission sales in furniture for a long time. So I'd never done any work, even really on a computer, honestly. So I'd never done any design work. I've never had a website or my own business. So if you don't know how to design t-shirts, trust me, I didn't either when I got started. So it was all like a big learning curve, but I really think anybody can sell print on demand. It's more about the research and the willingness to learn. And I think anybody could really be good at it.
That's a huge challenge. So what did you do design-wise? How did you come up with the art?
Well, in the beginning, I just did mostly text-based design, so just words, and a lot of them were terrible. Let's be honest, looking back now. And then now I use a lot of like creativefabrica.com graphics or graphics from Canva, and then I just add my own text to these graphics and post them for sale. I've always said that simple really does sell when it comes to t-shirt design. It's not complicated. It's more about the niche that you're selling in and giving something to someone that's really unique or really funny that they're going to love wearing.
So do you use like Photoshop or Illustrator? You use Canva?
I just use Canva. Yeah, I've never used Photoshop in my life. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Well, that's awesome. That's nice to know that you can build a six-figure shop just often using Canva.
Yeah, you really can. Before I used Canva, I used another app called GoDaddy Studio, which is honestly even more limited than Canva is. So it really doesn't take much. I've even seen plenty of stores who just do text on shirts that have sold like 20,000 things. So, it's all possible. It doesn't have to be complicated.
That's awesome. All right, so let's hop into this first niche. What is it?
Let's take a chance to check out our sponsor for this video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. So one interest I have with using Skillshare is we can learn things like selling on Etsy. Here we have classes on how to launch and open your own Etsy store. We can learn how to create product listings, even understand how to do print on demand. So a class like Etsy Launch, how to open an Etsy shop like a professional seller from Tiffany Emery, this brings a lot of value to my life because everything's in a step-by-step format and I don't have to sit here and dig through a whole bunch of different videos on the internet and put it in order myself. This is a straight up step-by-step way of how to do things. And there's tons of classes within just selling Etsy alone. We can even type in print on demand. Here we have a lot of classes as well. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare.
Coming into Q4, like right now when we're recording this video with Rich, it's September. So if you're watching this later, my really best recommendation is to spend about 75% of your time right now in September on holidays. So that'd really be my first recommendation would be to do Christmas shirts. There's an absolutely crazy amount of people that come to Etsy every day to look for t-shirts and sweatshirts for Christmas to wear with their family, especially matching Christmas shirts. So like couples matching shirts, group family matching shirts, mommy and me shirts, or even just like funny adult shirts for people to wear and all match and go on a vacation. The opportunities really are endless when it comes to what you can sell in the Christmas niche.
So what would you say for the people? Typically people ask like, how do you get ranked? Because it's like so competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you really first start selling on Etsy and you make a bunch of shirts that say Merry Christmas or Merry and Bright or Happy Holidays, you're going to get buried by the competition. So, my best recommendation if you were getting started right now on Etsy is I would go to the search results and type in something really simple like Christmas shirts or ugly Christmas sweater. And then you can actually sort on Etsy and only see the best sellers. There's a little filter at the top. Click filter, click bestseller, click apply, and you can look at all the bestsellers. And I want you to scroll past all of the really generic-y Merry Christmas type ones. And I want you to find something really random. Like one that I saw in there today was just a pineapple covered in Christmas lights. And you can really get ranked a lot faster when you're selling in something more specific. So I'd really recommend, instead of doing really generic designs, getting as specific as possible. So mix Christmas with coffee, mix Christmas with mom, Christmas with teacher. If you can combine these things, there's less designs for them and there's still a lot of people looking for them. So that's an easier way to get ranked in the beginning versus trying to do, like I said, like Merry Christmas type shirts.
All right, that's great. All right, so what's the second niche?
The second niche, because like I said, I want you to do like 75% of Christmas stuff right now because Q4 is so massive. But if you started right now and only did Christmas shirts, January would come and you'd be making 0 sales. So you want to really prepare for that in advance. And one of my best recommendations for a niche to sell in all year round is professions shirts. So any kind of job, teachers, nurses, speech therapists, you want to do your research and find other people who've been successful with these. But if you can get into a bunch of these different professions, niches like dental squad and sell 20 shirts to a dentist office, the sky's really the limit with these types of designs, and you can make a lot of sales with them.
Nice. All right, so speaking of designs, do you only sell on t-shirts or you sell on multiple different types of products?
Yeah, good question. I mainly sell on t-shirts and sweatshirts, but when I get good sellers, I'll also add those types of designs to like mugs or tote bags or Christmas ornaments, but I don't really stray much past that.
And do you put it all on the same shop or do you like separate it like for the different products?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I'm a pretty strong believer in having a general store on Etsy since 99% of people already have an idea of what they're looking for. They just come to Etsy, they type something into the search bar, they look through you and all the rest of the competition, and they buy one without ever actually going to your shop. And so I like to think of each Etsy listing as its own Etsy store and try and convert them right there. But sometimes people do buy the same design on a shirt and a mug even. So sometimes people will go to your store and buy multiple items, but I think all of the items that I listed kind of make sense together anyways.
Yeah, I strongly agree. Most people usually check out just from the listing pages. So, all right, So number 3, where are we at?
Number 3 is probably behind Christmas, the one I've actually probably made the most money with, and that is bridal niche. So right now, if you're watching this in September, that is towards the end of the actual like bachelorette party season. So if you were going to do any bachelorette party shirts, you'd want to do themed ones like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, fall, because all like the regular ones are going to stop selling here pretty soon. But what's really on the rise is like bride shirts, future Mrs. So-and-so, just engaged, just married, because a lot of people get engaged during like the Q4 holiday type season. And so that would be a great way to get into it now. And then if you really want to be ready for like the bachelorette party season that starts in about February, I'd say in about December, I'd make as many bachelorette party matching shirts as you possibly could, because you can make so much money in the end of spring and summer selling bachelorette party shirts. Because then people are coming to your store and they're buying 10 shirts or 15 shirts instead of just one. You can't argue with that. It's so much better.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. The average order value is just so high because they're purchasing more than one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I can't tell you how many times I'll be like having a slow day or something on Etsy, and then I'll get like 3 bulk orders for 15 shirts. And it's like, oh, okay, never mind. It's a good day now.
All right. So another thing is like, since you use print on demand, like how competitive should you be with pricing?
So I'd say that I don't really try to be super competitive on pricing. I think with Etsy, most people kind of shop with their eyes, like they're looking at the picture. If you really have a unique offering, something that's exactly what they want, something that's really funny, that they're excited to wear, they'll pay extra for it. I've seen people selling Bella and Canvas shirts for $31, even though most people sell them for $25, because they have a really good design on it that's selling out all the time and selling all the time. So I mainly just do free shipping, charge like $25 a t-shirt, like $37, $38 a sweatshirt, and call it a day. I guess my kind of thought process has always been I'd rather get 500 sales at $10 than get 1,000 sales and make $5 and have made the same $5,000 profit but had to do twice as much customer service.
Right. I like that. All right, so just to start wrapping things up a little bit, so how do you stay consistent? Because like that's a whole lot of niches that you have to list in. Like how often are you listing, and like how consistent are you with it?
Yeah, absolutely. Now 2.5 years in, I don't list as often as I did, but for the first year and a half, almost 2 years, I was listing every single day. So, when it's not the holiday season, I tried to do about like 50% niches that I'm seeing selling well right now, and then about 50% what I think is going to be selling 2 to 3 months from now. So like right now with me telling you to sell Christmas, and that's how I kind of split my time. And make sure that I'm doing new listings every single day as much as I can, just because it's kind of a numbers game. You never know what's going to sell and what's not. So you have to keep trying different design styles, keep trying different niches. And then it gets easier once you find successful niches like I have with the Bachelorette and the Professions. So now, I don't find new niches nearly as often. It's just making new versions of what I've already been selling and posting those up for sale in like the new trending styles.
Right. Oh, that was super valuable. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so where can people follow you at?
You can follow me at Cassiy Johnson on YouTube. I've got a whole lot of tutorial videos to show you how to do group listings on Printify and Etsy if you don't know how to do that, and how to get started and do everything with print on demand. So make sure to check out my channel if you're interested.
All right, so make sure you go check out Cassiy for those group listings, because I need to go check that out too. So I'll see y'all over at Cassiy's page. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye. Thanks.